generally, before let me talk about the introduction about the data science. Okay. And,
Okay.
so what is actually the data science means, and various kind of what actually data science can do. Okay, with the data, and
Yeah.
slowly moving on to the market research and analysis, and the demand and the future of the jobs. Like if you really not aware of how the job demand is like, okay, and what are the prerequisites? What are the actual skills we should be learn to
Yes,
moving on
yes.
to data science field,
Data science.
and what are
Yeah.
the various kind of roles and the salaries or designations and all those things. And
Yeah.
the most important part is what are the tools and technologies, the skills especially we should be familiar with this data science field. Okay,
Okay.
and let us see especially the R programming concept, right? Because it's synonymous for the data science fields right now. So compared to other tools, R programming is growing gradually. Okay, so let us see how R programming is, what actually can R programming to do. And
Okay.
finally, we'll see the course curriculum, our curriculum, how what are the topics we are going to cover and all those things. And let us see the any queries you have to discuss or to ask. So before moving on, my name is Sumender, and I'm a certified big data analyst and data science field. And I'm also here co-organizer at Analytics Club Hyderabad, which is a community group of data science and data analytics community members from
Okay.
local Hyderabad people. And my interest is data journalism and thought leadership, especially. So these are the things about me. And so we'll see what is data science actually.
Okay.
So data science is nothing but to gain insights into the data by applying statistical models or computational techniques or some kind of visualization, principles on top
Yes.
of the data. Okay, it's nothing but we need a meaningful patterns, meaningful insights from the data. So that is what actually the data science can handle, or the data scientist people can do. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
and why actually we need data science means, for example, if you go back to earlier 2000, the data is different, right? If you want to watch a movie, just go to DVD shop and we bring the DVD and you can watch. But right now everything is online. Okay,
Yes.
so if you YouTube or Netflix or whatever it may be, entirely related to data. So this data, like if you want to move from particular place, one place to another place, we can see, instead of asking you to some person, we just going
Yeah.
into our mobile and see the location, how much distance it
Right.
is, and what is the shortest
Yes.
distance we want to move, and all those things. So, so ultimately, these are all related to data itself, and these data is storing somewhere else in some company's data centers or something else servers.
Okay.
So especially the shopping, like if you take Amazon, that company itself is totally dependent on data. Okay.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Facebook, social media networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn especially. So these are all their their primary goal is data. So okay. So ultimately, if you already, I think you are familiar with this terminology. This is basically prepared for the very beginners. So data is nothing but a simple raw bits or bytes information. Like if you can take like web related data or email or social media data. So information
Okay.
is nothing but some clean up information. Okay, and the
Yeah.
decisions, once we want to apply some kind of data analytics on top of this. Okay, that is what actually converting the data into actual knowledge is called data analytics. Okay, and this data science will be describe everything, not only analytics. Right now
Yeah.
we can see predictive analytics, right? And
Right.
machine learning, data mining.
Exactly.
Yeah. So all those will be comes under the data science itself. And right now we can
Okay.
see big data especially. So this big data is also almost, handling big data or small amount of data, whatever it may be considered as a data science.
Okay, okay.
And this is about the simple statistics about the how the data is look like, different companies how they are handling the for their business purpose, like infrastructure level, application oriented, analytics level. There are plenty of companies right now. You know, uh, their primary business is this big data analytics and data science, and these are the various
Okay,
tools. So let us see what actually data science can do. For example, these are small, various examples I have taken here in this slide. So, for example, if you want to predict the whether patient is hospitalized due to heart attack, okay, and second time there is a chance to heart attack, right? So we can predict when he will be going to get the heart attack. This predictive analytics comes under almost data science only by taking the demographic data or the diet what he is following or the clinical measurements what actually the patient is following. So once we have these all this information, definitely we can predict when he will go to second time or third time heart attack. Okay, so
yeah,
this is
right.
comes up. Yes, this comes totally once we have the data. And
Okay,
also, if you take any sales data, like you want to guess the stock price in next 6 months period, so definitely we can predict those kind of data by taking the company performance measures or economical information. So all these are
okay,
examples, some kind of even YouTube recommendation if you take, that is also kind of recommendation technology which comes under data science. Like security departments, police departments, and sales, banking sector. Almost 70% of the sectors all are using data science right now. Okay, data science or machine learning. For example, if you take especially the banking, financial, insurance sectors. Okay, so those are also especially they are dependent on this data science right now. Recruiting data science people. So this is actually the process of the project of the data science. Okay, so typically a data science project would be like first we will collect the data from the actual
real world.
yeah, real world. We will collect the raw data. Once the
Yes,
raw data may not be actually cleaned. Okay, so we should be first look at into the data whether it is properly well structured or not. If it is not structured, we have to process the data. Okay, and we should apply some cleaning techniques, data cleaning
okay,
techniques. And once we applied all the proper way, processing techniques and cleaning methodologies, then we will actually going into the part called exploratory data analysis. Okay, so the EDA part where we can explore the data by using some statistical measurements, like it may be table summaries or graphical representation of the data. Okay, so
okay,
once all this done, we will going into the main part of the machine learning statistical modeling techniques. Okay, so these are the kind of like some modeling techniques, algorithms we have, like classification, clustering, regression, and association. So all those will be
oh,
first we will identify the data, and especially the primary goal is the business question. What is the business query we want to solve?
okay,
Okay, so depends on the data, depends on the business query. We will decide the appropriate machine learning techniques we should apply. And once we
okay,
apply all those modeling techniques and everything, the final part is we will communicate with the stakeholders, or we will generate the reports, or we will visualize the data. So that will actually finally useful for making the decisions. So which will be solve the actual business problems. So this is actually
okay,
typical
okay,
data science project is the life cycle of the data science project.
okay.
So until here, any queries you have? I hope.
No, it's clear.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So next we'll move on to the market research and these are the various articles and blogs how the demand is going for the data science. It is actually started 2011 from the McKinsey report. So they said next the technology is disruptive technology is the big data. And in October 2012, Harvard Business Review, they also said data scientist is the successful job as the 21st century. And these are the various articles how it's look like, and there is a link is also there. And of course, this will be shared with you after the completion of the demo, so you can go and look
Okay,
at
sir.
this links.
Yeah.
And this is a small video how the data science talent is required for the industries. So let us play with that. Yeah. No, actually, this video is taken from Xperify, which is also one of the most data science projects handling company. So this, I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
especially how the talent is required for the current industry. Okay, so they are explaining everything,
Okay.
and this is about the future of the jobs. LinkedIn has said, second most talent, second most skill is the data scientist.
Yeah. Okay.
And in America, 2016, I think 2017 also top one job is data scientist, right?
So what is the
Taking into
difference
different
between data scientist and data
sorry,
analytics?
yeah,
What is
data
the difference
analytics.
between data scientist and data analytics?
Yeah, data analytics simply he will apply some kind of analytical techniques on top of the data. Okay, so but data scientist almost same thing, but he will more work on the project oriented techniques. Okay, typically total project handling like until visualization or communicate with the stakeholders, everything will be taken care by data scientist. But as a person, data analyst, no need to take care of all those external factors. So his main goal is, the internal part of the analytics. Okay.
All right, okay.
So these are the prerequisites actually we should be required to enter into the data science field. First of all, statistics is the fundamental skill. Okay. At least we should be familiar with the high school standard statistics, not to be expert level, but we should be familiar with the high school standard statistics and
Yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of computer science, any computer language should be familiar with. And the person should
Okay.
be at least from the mathematical background other than or engineering or something. Okay. And these are the same skills. How what are the percentage level? Like math and stats is the most important skill. Engineering and
Okay.
computer science. These are the very less compared to this one.
Okay.
And these are the various job roles and yeah, job roles. Like data scientist is the first priority, and as you said, data analyst is the second most. And this data engineer is a person who can create the pipelines between the data and the analytics team. Okay, so typically he
Okay.
will be you know uh, work with the deployment and all those things. Okay, and these are
Yeah,
the
yeah,
various
okay.
roles every industry has, like manager and all those things.
Okay, but this process is like this whole process is of data science.
Sorry, can you processes?
I'm saying is this whole process, like all the job roles, are these a part of the process of data science only?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, these three, four roles are especially for data science, but remaining roles are for every other, even other technologies also same thing, same positions we have,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Okay.
IT positions, nothing but, right?
Okay.
So it's a data science project is it's a typically a team kind of work. It's not like individual can handle, but a typical
Yeah.
data science project should be handled by a team of at least 5-6 members, right? Okay.
Okay.
So these are the salaries. Like if you have 1+ years of experience in data science or big data, you will get this much of an amount. So this is from the pay scale of one of the company which can analyze the data every year from the salaries of the IT or other groups. Okay. And the next, the most important part is what the tools and technologies and the skill set. So our goal is to mainly R programming. R programming is our first primary tool to handle the data science. So every part of this analysis or statistical kind of thing, R is playing main critical role. Okay. So later, if you want to learn, you can go for Tableau. That is the best visualization tool, and SQL is also one of the best skill we should be required for entering into the data sets. So statistics is the primary skill. Next, you can also learn SQL or Tableau. Those are the extra skills which will be required for the data scientist. Okay. And let us see what is R. R is actually one of the best tool right now in the Kaggle competitions also. Kaggle is one of the machine learning competition company. Okay. So they will take some data from the companies or from the individuals and provide some competitions between the individuals who are working on the top on the data. Okay. So
Okay.
from this kind of company, R is the main tool they are handling. Total people are handling, more people are handling R itself. Okay.
Okay.
So R is also open source first of all, and it's a statistical programming language, and especially it can also handle the visualizations, data visualization, and the most important part is community. So very huge number of persons working on R. Okay. So it is started actually 1970s as a programming language called S. So later it is changed into R, and especially the development is started on mid 90s, and there are plenty of packages or open source packages are there. Those are developed by community users itself. Okay. So who are working on R, those persons only developed packages. So packages are nothing but just like apps. How you are seeing in your mobile, like Apple App Store or something else, Play Store. So those are just like apps only for working on this analytics, data science. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be discussed in regular classes, what is package and analytics. So this is a typical history of the R, where it is started and how it is going. And these are the two persons
Okay.
actually behind the invention of the R program. And right now, this is actually last year, 2015, IEEE Spectrum top programming languages, like popularity of the language. So right now it is in the fifth place. So earlier it is sixth place last year, but right now it is in the sixth place, sir, compared to other programming languages itself. And R is also free.
Okay.
Okay. You did not to pay anything money working with R. Especially, it is nothing but not license based, like compared to SAS or Excel or Space or Statistica. So these are also statistical tools, but you have to pay. The company has to pay for the licenses.
Okay.
So R is also integrated with lot of technologies. This is also one of the main advantages why we are choosing R. So it can integrate and take the data from the SQL, and it can integrate with the C++ programming languages, and it can also handle the data from the Hadoop Spark, okay, like
Okay.
RDBMS languages like Oracle and all those things. Okay.
Okay.
And this Facebook company is using R as a exploratory data analysis, okay, for their development of some tools.
Okay.
And this is one of the real estate company, Zillow. So it is also using R.
Hello.
Yeah,
Okay.
for especially crime mapping, see crime mapping and statistical forecasting. Okay. So to identify which area is mostly crime related area. For example, in our Hyderabad, if you take like old city or some cities, some areas are very crime related areas, right? So it will be identified. First of all, it will be identify which area is better way to live, and and all those things.
Okay.
So ANZ is banking sector. So it's nothing but every sector is using R, whether it's banking sector, whether it is a social media companies, or like real estate or everything.
Okay. Okay.
So New York Times, this New York Times is also handling, yeah, for their analysis, data science and analytics, they are using R. So simply, typically a package means this one. For example, there is one package called Cowsay. So let me open R. This is called R Studio. So R Studio is
Yeah.
typically it is an IDE for R. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So generally you have to install first of all base R. So on top of
Okay.
this, R Studio is a company which is providing an IDE. IDE is nothing but graphical user interface.
Yeah. With net environment where.
Yeah. So very easy to learn, nothing but it's simply scripting language.
Mm-hmm. So is it like Python or C programming, something like that?
Yeah, it's similar to Python only.
Python, okay.
Yeah, similar to Python. Whatever Python is
Can
doing,
we
R is
use Python also for like for this?
Python is also data science tool, you can say. It can
Okay,
be
okay.
handle the data analytics and everything. Whatever R can do, Python do. But compared to, I mean, both are similar technologies, similar tools. Okay, competitive technology, competitive tools, we
Okay,
can say.
okay, okay.
Slowly opening. I think a lot of packages are installed.
Okay.
So this is actually a typically our studio's reply. So we have I mean almost we have 4 windows here. So we can write code at console window here, or we have one scripting notepad like a environment here. So you
Okay.
can also write the code here. So very easy language. For example, if you want to check the any data, there are default data sets R is provided.
Okay.
So these are the default data sets. See here, air passengers is one of the data which is showing monthly airline passenger numbers, and there are like plant growth is one of the default data sets. These are all the default data sets. Titanic, I think you are aware of
Is
Titanic
that
data.
like a process?
Sorry?
Just like in Java, we have classes.
Yeah, Java, yeah, classes. Here
Okay.
data is
Okay.
actually data is the main thing,
Okay. We got it data.
because yeah, data analytics, right? So Java is web application development. Okay. So
Okay.
development technologies, but here
Yeah,
analytics
yeah, yeah.
technology. So
Yeah.
your main goal is data. For example, if you want to check the simple, there is one function called summary where Picard is one of the data, so which will be showing
Okay.
like that is one of the function, check the data. So MP cards is a data set which contains MPG as a column, cylinders and displacement horsepower. So this is typically different car models. See, 1970s car models information. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So from here you can visualize the data, or you can get the statistical information, table summaries. For example, I want to find out the how many columns for this data set. Okay. There is one function called dimension.
Okay.
Then you can see there are 32 observations and 11 variables. 32 observations means 32 models cars, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
11 features. 11 features means each car, what is the feature, okay, and
Yes.
all those things.
Got it.
And you can also visualize this data. For example, I want to check the relations between this LPG, miles per gallon, and displacement. So you can also check LT cars. Simply provide dollar symbol and the feature name. Next, second feature name. For example, displacement. I want
Okay.
to get the relationship. Basically, this is the each data point is showing the information from the between MPJ and displacement.
Okay.
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 For example, if you want to identify particular column, particular value, what is it look like? You can also just copy it See, for example, I want to know this point. Just click here, so you will get the value here. Once you enter,
Okay, okay.
so each point is showing some information. Okay. Once you finish, you will get the values. For example, I click it 2 times at the 17 place and 29. See here, this is 17, this is 29. Okay. So like these various features we have, we can visualize the data, we can summaries of the tables and all those things. Like graphical representation, we can put the bar charts,
Okay.
histograms, and
Yeah.
pie charts, everything. And this is typically
Okay.
how it's look like summaries. And we can also get the values, statistical values like mean, median, mode, everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we can also
Okay.
having some interactive web applications like there is one Shiny app which we have, so where we can create interactive web applications. Okay. So there are certain packages. So this all will be showed in the, yes, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So these are the packages which will be used for interactive web applications. So these are about the R programming and everything. Okay. And the finally this is our course
Hmm.
curriculum what we are going to cover. Okay. So primarily the probability and statistics with R. So that is actually primary skill, like introduction to statistics, and uh, and how to handle the statistical techniques like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and how to identify the skewness, kurtosis, and histograms. Everything will be covered. The basic first unit, and next we will enter into the actual project. How typical project is look like, the life cycle of the data science project. And the next we will move on to exploratory data analysis and data cleaning techniques. Okay. And we can also visualize the data through R or Tableau. Okay, by using Tableau, I mean by integrating with Tableau also we can visualize the data. And next the actual part from machine learning and data analytic techniques like classification, clustering, what is time series analysis, text analysis, and all those things. And finally, we will see some kind of